Okay, Senior Cabinet, is there anything else left on the agenda?
Superintendent Karstoffen, it's time to leave for the convocation.
Okay, see you there.
Hey, this district is swell, but sometimes it's hard to tell who to call in a nutshell for support day to day. District teamwork lends a hand, no problems too small or grand. Let us help you understand how work can feel like play. Finance is rocking, benefits got people talking. Call ahead or walk. We got all the answers, baby. IT can help you. Emails are hazy, and here's my number. So call me maybe. Hey, need the police when things get crazy. Here's my number. So call me maybe. We're transportation. We hold the bus key. Here's my number. So call me maybe. Questions on paychecks. When will you pay me? Here's payroll's number. So call me maybe. When in a legal pitfall, no need to slow to a crawl. The legal team has it all. We help you find your way. Develop your teaching skills, math problems and grammar drills. Engage students with new frills. Learn how on PD day. Maintenance is grooving, helping you to get a moving. Track record is proven. Holler if you need us, baby. HR is with you from A to Z. And here's my number. So call me maybe. The chief school's office. Support school daily. Here's my number. So call me maybe. Use health and wellness to ward off lazy. Here's my number. So call me maybe. Public relations spreads good news daily. And here's my number. So call me maybe. When it's time for big tests, no time for resting. So do the best thing. Give us a ring. Curriculum's in the mix for all the best tricks. There is a good fix. Call academics. Here's my number. So call me maybe. Food service is great. The food is tasty. Here's my number. So call me maybe. The Welcome Center. Your directory. Here's my number. So call me maybe. We all work as a team. We share the same dream. We plan and we meet to achieve as a team. Welcome back, AISD. We miss you so bad. We miss you so bad. So call me maybe.
Okay, high five it, let's go. Woo! Woo! Go girls, go guys, cheer up a storm. Go, woo! Hey! Give me an A! Give me an I! Give me an S! Give me a D! What's that spell? What's that spell? Woo! Welcome back! Welcome back, AISD. We missed you so bad. We missed you so bad. Who wouldn't be inspired by the 2012 Olympics? Have a seat. Y'all can have some, you can relax. It was the summer of the Olympics. It was a great time for the United States where we took the most gold medals and we also took the most medals in total. Some of those winners are right here in Austin, exemplifying what it means to be an incredible individual with talent and an extraordinary team. One of you probably helped the Olympic swim team video go viral when they lip-dubbed Call Me Maybe. While we couldn't get anyone to put on a Speedo for our video, I just want you to know that we hope that our little AISD video does go viral in the system so that everyone knows how to get the support they need when we are working to become our own educational Olympic team. So welcome to the 4th annual AISD virtual convocation. We are here at a National Outstanding High School, which was also awarded the Texas Urban High School Award for 2011, the always victorious Crockett High School. It was really easy to select Crockett as our site because y'all have had so many outstanding achievements and accomplishments this past year. Players for a lot of teams are up here. I just want to give you a second to recognize them. We have players from football, just wave, football, baseball, wrestling, wave, come on, they can't see you, soccer, and our girls basketball team, where I saw them earlier, thank you. And they're actually joined by their winning athletic classmates. The Crockett JV girls and boys team for track were our district champions. We also have players from the co-champion Crockett volleyball team. I saw them. We also have the district champion, undefeated in the district softball team. And not to be undone by our state champion Crockett marching band. Their director is here, Robert Sullivan, so thank you for having the kids organized today. We have our Texan dance team and cheerleaders who always cheer us along the way. And while I can't see him, but I know that the Crockett principal is here, Craig Shapiro. There you are. Hey, Craig. Thank you for allowing us to crash your pad today. I also just want to, because they're standing here, and I did ask for the rain to cool it off a little bit, but we're going to have to say goodbye to our marching band and let you go back in the heat and get ready for the football games this fall. So can you say goodbye, Crockett band? Thank you. I also want to thank all the departments and people who worked on the video for the convocation. There are a lot of folks in the background like Oscar and Cheryl and Pam, Melissa and Jake, who were just fantastic about enduring all of our really bad ideas about how to make our part of the video funny. Thank goodness they were there to coach us along the way. But there's one particular person. She's a senior at McCallum High School. That was not my voice. If anyone who's spent any time with me knows, that is not my skill. But she has a fantastic voice. Her name is Sydney Holt, and she is right there. Sydney, stand up and say hi. Thank you. I'll also just take a hot second to welcome some guests that are right here in the front. Our board of trustees are represented by Mark Williams, our president, and our board secretary, Lori Moya. So just so people know that you're here. Thank you for coming out today. They have jobs and lives, and we just consume them. But our team is made up of 12,000 employees, and most of you are watching today from various virtual sites and looking awfully serious. But we're very excited for another school year, or at least I am, and today we're virtually connected to some folks, and others will be, trying to watch us while they're live streaming at their sites. But anyway, I just wanted to introduce them so that you know that you're not alone in being on the screen. They can see you, by the way, and we can see them, but we actually can't really hear each other. So I want them to show us us that you can hear us because we just want to be sure we're not talking into air, but they would probably, they're so nice, they probably would just sit there for an hour and be patient with me. But I just wanted to... What happened? I missed all that. Okay. But I'll start with Aikens High School that I think, where's Aikens? Aikens? Okay, wave Aikens. Oh, there they are. Okay. They really showed their school spirit last year when they participated with Gen X, but earlier this month, you graciously welcomed over 900 teachers that just took over the school, but they were great. They did like fireworks, confetti, the band was out, the balloons, and everybody there was just fabulous about, letting us basically mess up everything and then have to put it all back together right before school starts. So they were great. I just want to also introduce our next school, which was O. Henry Middle School. It's out of this world because this year, O. Henry, they're trying to figure out what they're doing. Oh, there they are. Okay. Great. Clearly there's a little delay. But just to make it a little harder on me. But they were actually, they're still waving. Y'all are so sweet. We see you. Thank you. Thank you. But they were actually participated with the International Space Station this year, and they are also a school to watch. They were recognized both by the state and by the nation for their recognition. So we know that we also have Graham Elementary. The principal, Blaine Hellwig, and team actually were named the Texas 20... they're pretty excited. They're an amazing school. They were the 2012 Blue Ribbon School for Improving School. And then on top of that, last year, they also had a finalist for the HEB Award for Outstanding Principal, and Blaine was also a finalist for AISD's Principal of the Year, so you rock, Blaine. So thank you so much for joining us. We also have a little baby school, literally. We have the new Anita Uphouse Early Childhood Center. I know they're there. Look at them. Aren't they cute with their little pandas? Oh, God. Pre-K. I'm a middle school person through and through, so I'm like, really? That's yes. Oh, we love y'all with the little pandas. I will see them on the first day of school. I actually got to see the site, walked it empty, but it'll be so much better when I actually see their beautiful faces with real little babies. Yes, they're still so happy. It's like, y'all, okay, yeah. And, but early childhood is a great way to eliminate the achievement gap. For every dollar we invest in early childhood education, we get about a 7 to 14% rate of return, which is essential. And so I will see y'all on the first day of school. We also have right here in the center, we love Anderson. Anderson made AISD history, where both the teacher of the year and the principal of the year came from the same school. Who's in the white? Is that Michael Hauser? What men do for the loves of their life. Who is that? Anyway, I don't think that's Matt Earhart. This is what happens when you tell people in advance. And Principal Donna Hauser, who's somewhere in there, I'm sure. But congratulations to both of you, and thank you for hosting us for the Administrators Institute this summer. And ¿dónde está la gente de recursos académicos? Where are they? That would be our Office of Academics. We do ELL services. They're looking like, somebody translate that for us, no? Office of Academics. Hello? Hello? Oh, no. Oh, there they are. Okay, great. Yeah, they're aquí están. Anyway, they're Office of Academics. They've been working so hard. I'll tell you a little bit more about the curriculum they've been doing, but I just want to say congratulations to the Associate Superintendent, Suzanne Burke, and the curriculum team, and all the teachers that worked with them over the last 2 years. Plus, we have a new Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Pauline Dow, who is also joining our new team. So welcome, and thank you for being here. And I just want to give a shout out to our finance team. For the second year in a row, they won their national awards for the third year in a row in the state of Texas, which is something I expected them to be throwing dollars everywhere, knowing Nicole. Are those people really the academics? I've recognized someone else in there. I think that's translation too. No. Okay. That should be our finance department. And they won the Texas Comptroller Award for Transparency for 3 years in a row. Every year they've been able to make the sniff test with the state, and that's a pretty big deal, given how tough Texas is on finances and resources. So they are showing us the money, and I just want to thank you for joining us today, too. And then finally, we have our transportation. Oh, we got 2 more transportation workers up there at the top with the little yellow school bus, and I think they're actually real people sitting in that bus. This is what we do in preparation for the school year. But they actually won the Council of Great City Schools Award for being part of an outstanding operations department. So it was like nutrition and facilities and the police department, but it also included transportation. And in addition to that, our ACE drivers actually won this year. I just want to say hello to Stephen Wynn. I know he ought to be there. He won first place along with Jackie Lee for being safe drivers. And then we also had Joe Blanco who took 3rd place. So even when they're not driving our kids and things, they are out there showing people that they know how to move those yellow cheese wagons around. So thank you for literally keeping us moving in the right direction. So keep on trucking. I mean busing. Bye. Okay, y'all have got to be happier and help me here. And then we're gonna, they have Hulk. Calling all units, police department, breaker 1040. What is the cue? There they are, great. They are, I bet none of you know this, they're actually a recognized police department by one of our Texas chiefs associations because they qualify for achieving 186 of some key standards. But the point is that it's not just public schools. They are actually up against other police departments all over the state of Texas. And in this case, they were the first school system to actually win the award. And in the state of Texas, they ranked number 7. So we're really proud of them. And for those of you who don't know, in the spirit of the Olympics, we had an Olympic dog. I'm not kidding. Our K9 unit, Buddy, a veteran dog, who actually retired this year. And this is our new one, Hulk. Hulk with Officer Juarez is our new puppy. And he's just a lovable little yellow lab. So I hope you'll welcome him. He was playing with kids at the Back to School Bash, and they were great together. So thank you for staying on the beat every day and keeping our schools safe. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so I'm really proud of our district and so many of the things that we've achieved over the last 3 years. And I know that it hasn't been easy. We have been committed to providing you with as many of the resources as we could so that you could support kids every day. Now, whether you work directly with kids or you're a support staff person, we want you to know that you are one of thousands of people that kind of make this big system move. What I can take away and say, which is honestly true about AISD, is that we have some of the hardest working people that you could ask for. So it's a dream to be in this district. And today, our Crockett cheerleaders, coached by Coach Leah Nicholson, will help 12,000 of our employees try to come together in a system-wide sort of clapping applause thing for our achievements. And this is always difficult, but I have great confidence in y'all. And try to get your classmates a little more cheery. All right, so using cooperative, good job, good job. So, I'm looking for my cheerleaders to emerge somewhere, but using these strategies, I think many of our teachers will know the research of Kagan. You know, he does the whole cooperative, how to get group engagement from mostly middle school kids. So the first one is what we call the round of applause. You're gonna clap your hands literally in a circle. Desiree, would you please demonstrate? Nice job. And then there's the wow applause, where you put 3 fingers on either side of your face with an O, and you say, wow. Okay, Cecilia. Wow. Nice job. Then there's the firecracker. They get harder as we go. You clap your hands, you make a sizzle, you explode, and then you swiggle down. But Jasmine's going to demonstrate. Ready? Where's... Wait. No. It's... Ah. Okay, one more time. Ready? There you go. All right. Betsy, you got to go. And then we have the stomp and snap. Stomp your feet twice, snap your fingers once, stomp your feet twice, snap your fingers twice. Jonathan. Okay, there you go. We also have a clam clap. Yulissa? Without saying you're going to go like this. Okay. And then a Texas favorite, we call it the cowboy cheer. Okay, this is, I know y'all are high school and you're just too cool for school. But I'm just telling you, it is okay. Kids will do it with a lot of pressure. It's a yee-haw kind of thing. You got it. Okay. All right, so here we go. All right, now we're going to get all of us to do, at one point in this, we're going to do what they call the clap around the world. It's just one big loud clap. And that includes everybody out there, you know. We have one big loud clap, and you just clap once loudly, all right? All the cheerleaders are going to do it. I'm going to make a statement, and all right, thank you for helping. Okay, now, data's been rolling in, and we have a lot to be cheering and clapping about. It's official. AISD successfully transitioned from the tax to the star. And we have lots of good evidence of that I'm going to share with you in a second. So I just want you to know before we start this, as a heads up, you'll be doing the first one, which is the round of applause. So follow the cheerleader. And cheerleader, get lots of energy from the, okay, all right, okay, here we go. I'm going to try and make one sentence statement so that y'all can follow me. AISD elementary and middle school students made gains on STAR in every subject area. Now for WOW. On the new end of course exams, our students ranked #1 in reading, #1 in writing, and #1 in algebra compared to all urban districts in Texas. All right, this is going to be firecracker. AISD, this is going to be challenging. AISD had the highest campus pass rate for adequate yearly progress, AYP, compared to all the other big urban districts. We were #1, and all right, now it's time for the stomp and clap. On our nation's report card, AISD ranked 1st in the nation for 8th grade math and 2nd in the nation for 4th grade math. Elementary and middle schools rock compared to all other NAEP districts. The stomp clap. Nice. Now we're going to do the clam. Graduation rates in 2011 increased by 2 percentage points. That's so statistically significant. Finally reaching 80%. Are they doing it up there? Okay, I just want to be sure. Are they delayed and they do it? Oh, okay. That's kind of funny. There they go. More kids are going to college than ever. Post-secondary enrollment rates for AISD went up a whopping 5 percentage points. Can I please get the cowboy cheer for our 67% college enrollment rates? Yeehaw! All right. Woo. Now that I know we're focusing on teams today, but there are a couple of individual people that just did an outstanding job throughout the school year that really strengthened our teams. We're going to do the clap around the world for them. Cunningham head custodian Diana Luna was named the 2012 Classified Staff Member of the Year. Overton Elementary's David Edwards was selected as a semifinalist for Live with Kelly television program Top Teacher Search. Health Services Supervisor Tracy Lunoff was named runner-up in the Austin 2012 Fit Company Challenge. Instructional Support Technology Specialist Howard Martin, South by Southwest themed iPad, won an award from Discovery Education Network. Lane Liebig, who teaches 4th grade at Highland Park Elementary. I hope they're screaming like crazy. Won the Elementary School Lifetime Achievement Award from HEB. She got $25,000 and her school got $25,000, and that was one sentence. O. Henry Middle School teacher Michelle Brown traveled to Antarctica as part of the Polar Trek research team. AISD's Director of Early Childhood Education, Jackie Porter, was awarded the Jeanette Watson Advocate Award for her contributions to Austin's young people. Finally, AISD Director of Human Services, Pam Hall, she probably hired you, was named Personnel Administrator of the Year by the Texas Association of School Personnel Administrators. Woo! And appreciation. On a count of 3, I want you to give our Crockett cheerleaders a round of applause for helping us demonstrate the hand claps. 1, 2, 3. Woo! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, these were, again, just examples of the amazing team that we have. And they work hard to ensure that we achieve our mission, and that's to be a nationally recognized district, instilling a passion for lifelong learning in all of our students. And each year, our school board actually approves a set of priorities. And these priorities, while at the beginning, were changed a little bit each year, we become even more focused on the things that we're nailing down as the key leverages for how we actually make a big difference for students in AISD. They're focused on whole child, every child. That's that issue about not focusing so much on state assessments and educating the kid from the bottom to the top. The college-ready culture, we're really making targets and efforts to ensure that more kids graduate, as you saw in our post-secondary enrollment rates. The rich portfolio of options started off as how we improve programs and increase the number of schools offering different choices to our families, but we're taking that to the next level this year and thinking about bigger systems that would impact AISD, especially under this tough budget time. We also have human capital, which is something I'm going to talk to you a lot about today, about how we invest in our people. We are a business of people filled with lots of little people that we try to make better people than we were as big people, and all these people need to have great work environments and certainly be compensated in fair ways to ensure that we keep and recruit the best people on our teams. And finally, we have systems where we really look at performance management, facilities, technology, and other operational areas of the district to ensure all of these things are supporting our strategic plan. Now, even though the bar is going up and resources are going down, as you just saw through all of our clapping and being happy for each other, AISD is really on the right track and we are making the grade. Now, despite the challenges over the last year where, and as some of you must know, that you can feel that we cut $60 million out of AISD over the last 3 years. That's almost 10% of our operating budget. And the transition to the new state accountability and testing system really has put pressure on us. But as I looked at all the information and data coming from urban districts all across the state of Texas, I can tell you that not only did we do as well as we've done in the past, we actually took it to the next level. And they did do a lot of bridging between assessments and things to make sure that we could actually crosswalk our performance to know where we stood. And I know that sometimes you can look at things in the media and listen to what people are saying out the legislature, and there's a lot of weird messaging about public education in the state of Texas. But you should walk away from here today, after all that pressure and intensity of last year, that you have made a difference for kids, and that difference is making a great mark in education for Austin. So having to do more with less, though, and can really catch up with us. And while we have done great in many areas, and no one can take that away from us, there are areas where we're starting to see vulnerabilities. And that's in everything from what our facilities look like. We have over $350 million of repairs that need to be made that we don't have money for. It could be in academics, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second. And then we also want to be sure that we stay competitive in our field for talent. And we want you to stay. We want you to be part of AISD. But I've got to make sure that we're doing the right kind of compensation strategies so that our people get what they deserve for doing the great job that you've done. So we can't make this dream work, right, without raising achievement for our students beyond basic skills into college readiness. We can't make the dream work without reducing disproportionality, and this is where we talk about the discipline removals in the district. We can't make our dream work without giving you the flexibility that you need so that you can control your resources, not only in the classroom, but as a school as a whole. And that's not something that's been part of our history in AISD. It is something I'm going to be talking to the board about as early as September. And we can't make our dream work for kids if you're worried about your job stability and compensation as you're looking at other opportunities in this region. But what I can say right now is that I know that we can claim some areas for our future, not because we're guessing at it, not because, someone said, just say this today on Convocation Day, but because we've sat down with a lot of people, we've run a ton of numbers, and we have a lot of good information about what we're doing as a district and what we can afford to do in the future. So we know that we can make the dream work when we help more kids cross the stage at graduation. But here's our rub. Nearly a third of African American and Hispanic males did not graduate on time. Hispanic females have dropout rates that are 5 times higher than Caucasian females in the district. But we know that we can overcome this challenge because we've been tracking those numbers, right? They're still not great numbers, but we can look at the math and we know that we've made significant progress. We know that African Americans and Hispanic students in just this past round of data increased our graduation rates by 2 percentage points, and that is statistically significant. What we need to get to both our strategic plan and the federal accountability goal is to have all students, and that includes all the subgroups, at 90% by the end of the school year 13-14 count. And we're on that, but we're a little below pace. We know we can make the progress. We've done a lot in the last year. We'll do a lot this year, but we know that we have to do that if we're actually going to ensure that for the diversity we have in this district, that AISD stays a strong district because those numbers are growing and you have to serve every single population. As it relates to our reading and writing, which is where we saw some of our data, teamwork will make the dream work when we deliver on a curriculum that's challenging and engaging, and it's not about basic skills, it's about college readiness. And we know that our students have made significant gains because this last round of tests are not only new, but they were more difficult, and we're seeing those numbers. Now, our teams still have work to do. So, for example, only 56% of 9th grade African American students met the initial passing standard for reading. Hispanic students had similar outcomes. But then we looked at this very special target of about 600 9th grade English language learners. And this is where we know the changes we've made in bilingual education, right, to more a dual language approach will make a difference in the future. But we still have this lag time in the middle where language learners had passing rates that were only 18% in reading and 6% in writing. We are a district of children, 30% of them are language learners, and that number is going to grow. So we have to get our arms around this, especially as we look out into the future. So we have a goal of about 71% of our students being college ready in English and 77% in math. Now, to meet these goals, we know that we have to really implement that college-ready curriculum. And just to remind you, and I'll talk about it later, that you wrote it for 2 years. We had 170 some odd teachers out there writing that curriculum. So we didn't like it. We hired you to help us write it. And this is something your colleagues have done, and it's really strong, and we need to use it every single day, starting Monday. Teamwork makes the dream work, but something that we've worked on is the issue of referring too many students, right, to DAEP when it was actually within our control to not do it, right? We call those discretionary removals for non-safety reasons. This is just our behavior as adults on how we work with certain groups of students. So last year, we made the transition, and we needed to change our approach for how we were taking kids out of school. And we had some student groups, like African Americans, removed 4 times at a higher rate than other students, and 1 in 7 were being put out of school all the time. Hispanic students, special education, same types of numbers. So, you have worked with me for the last 3 years, maybe not all of you, but many of you worked with us to rethink that design. We're doing learning support systems, social and emotional learning, behavioral support systems for the entire district. And those sites, if we're going to do anything, will be happening within our individual schools. And we left all the money that we were paying for DAEP so that we could have the resources at our school-based levels. So keeping our kids in school with us for non-safety reasons, right? This is us just not being consistent on our removals will make a difference for our ability to graduate more kids. It's also why, to further support this effort, we have a goal of becoming a no place for hate district. And that's to ensure that we have truly an anti-bias and diversity education platform that's integral to our success as a school district. We want to create and sustain the kind of environments, both in schools, you can look at the diversity on our stage, and in our departments and schools, look at the diversity in your buildings, so that everyone feels safe, welcomed, and respected in AISD. And we know we can make this goal because we actually overshot and achieved more this past year, having 69 schools actually earn the designation. If you are Austin High School vertical team, any part of that vertical team out there, give yourselves a round of applause because they were the first to actually meet this challenge. And I just want to thank Aikens, out here, Anderson, that was in the middle, McCallum and Reagan, because those vertical teams are agreeing to come online this year. Crockett's welcome to do it too. But we need 25 more campuses by the end of school year 13-14 to be a no place for hate district. And it does require a lot of training, but it is good for everyone. And we know that teamwork makes the dream work when we have kids in class every day, ready to learn and succeeding in all those levels like academics and social emotional learning and physical learning and all those kinds of things. And we know that we can meet this challenge because on attendance, I just want to tell you, through our Everyday Counts campaign, we have been winners every year. We've increased our attendance rates. High schools, I love you. For the first time ever, your attendance rates are at 90%. And that is huge, huge. And just to remind everyone, every time kids come to school more, they will not only enjoy your learning and benefit academically from it, but they will also generate more dollars for schools. We're paid on an average weighted daily attendance structure in Texas. And because of that, just being enrolled isn't enough. You actually have to attend school to be counted. We generated over $4.6 million over the last 2 years because we've improved our attendance rates. If we improve by just one percentage point, right? That's almost $5 million, depending on the student group. But if we had 100% attendance rates, guess how much that would raise? Or don't. $25 million. $25 million. Do you know how many teachers that would bring into AISD? Ken Zarefis? 500. 500, right? So you get, this would close our gap. So attendance is really important. And so, as it relates to all these things, you knew all this. We've been schlepping through our challenges and checking off targets and really doing a great job. And you continue to give me feedback. Over this past year, you participated in GUGOBs, and I mean GUGOBs of surveys, right? We've been together for about 3 years. We wanted to know about campus climate and AISD climate and CAC climate and your classrooms thermometers and climate. Everybody said something about everything. Good news is we took it a step further, right? And we accepted an award by the Broad Foundation for being a school, kind of like a district to watch, and they wanted to see how we compared, or help us in understanding how we compared against other outstanding school systems in the country, around the world, against world-class standards. And overall, from all the surveys, like the Broad audit and all the other things that you gave back to us, we crosswalked and trend-coded a lot of information. And here's the bottom line. This is what you told us, that campus and district climate could be improved if we did a better job around our assessments, started giving schools more autonomy, and improved our relationships, communications, and decision-making. And I'm going to come back to that one just because it's a nice drill down for today that we could talk about. Also, around curriculum instruction and assessment, you spoke specifically about wanting to have that college-ready curriculum available, and ensuring that we start doing more standards-based grading and performance. These are things that we're working on, right? And then you talked a lot about professional development, and I'm going to come back to PD in a moment. But this is what I want to tell you what you said. There are too many requirements, that alignment needed improvement, and the pacing was too fast. Many of you told us that the culture could be improved if we did something about state and federal accountability. Now, because it was killing your flexibility, you felt like you just couldn't be creative, and that the whole thing was putting a big buzzkill on the district, right? It's killing our climate and your morale. First, I don't think anyone controls the federal government right now. So, that's a whole thing I can't do anything about. And Texas isn't playing nice with that administration, and that administration isn't really talking to Texas. So I have to, again, I'm just working on what I control. We put that aside. There are things that the state of Texas is doing that we can't control the legislature. We try. Sometimes we win, sometimes we don't. But here are the things that we could control, and these are the things that we did. We wanted to strike a better balance to give you that control. So there are going to be fewer tests. We did fix more of the alignment using teachers and AISD. And our campuses will have more flexibility if we can get through this next round and change our philosophy about how we do resource distribution. So those are the three things that we've done or working on that we expect to be able to deliver something to you beyond those things that I just talked about. And around those assessments, I told you 140 or upwards of 170 teachers worked for 2 years to develop our curriculum. And this summer, when they worked on that, I want you to know you have an additional tool belt of 400 model lesson plans stuffed in that SchoolNet technology platform for what you asked for, differentiated strategies for English language learners and students with disabilities. If you were a teacher who worked on that over the last 2 years, and especially this summer, please stand up here or in the other sites so that we can recognize you. Thank you. I know. I thought I just taught you a bunch of new ones. Okay. So now in PD, you told us that you wanted PD to be better aligned to your individual needs. So I sat down with the CFO. Actually, I didn't. I just asked her to bring me the number. So let me just be honest. She sat down with all those brilliant people in the finance staff and started crunching all of our PD numbers. And basically what we found is we spent almost $50 million in professional development in AISD. Lots of different ways, right? We do that because we have to pay substitute teachers. We do that because we have second planning period. We do that because we have, what is our other big thing? Just training. We pay people for training, right? So we have $50 million that we can rethink. I'm going to propose that we rethink that together. And if there's a better way to redistribute that money, I am there with you, right? But we've got to sit down and do the grunt work around how we do that and from where the money comes and then where are we spending it next. But I wanted to give you that number when we started this school year. So when we start getting into the budget discussion and we start trying to talk about autonomy, perhaps even weighted student formulas so money can follow kids more and all those sorts of things, these are the kinds of details that will make a difference for you. And these are the kinds of things that we, our finance office, and I, and along with my senior team, want you to have. If that's what you need, this is what we want to give you. Now, to just focus on that little piece about the relationships, communications, and decision-making, there are a lot of things we couldn't control. Like, remember I told you the feds, the state, the legislative session, what happened with the bottom falling out and the money. But we know that as people, we can work more to be an inclusive environment, working together to make our decisions, recognizing and supporting each other. That's something you said to Brode. You wanted to see more of that, and communicating with each other. So we're going to go into another legislative session, and we all know what that's going to be about, right? It is the school year for politics and public education. It's already started. We've got one election in November, and we've got a legislative session in the spring. And if it's all not said and done by the end of the school year, this will go all the way through August, right? And education's going to be the football, the political football, that's on a field chock full of players that have agendas that may or may not have us at the top of their list. But I'm telling you, this is not the year for us to get distracted. People are going to say all kinds of things. They're going to recommend all sorts of stuff. They're going to say things about our district that may or may not even be true. But for us as a system, what I want to be committed to is that we have a more open, you saw the video, I know it was like a little funny, the call me maybe, but it's the spirit of it. Symbolically, what I'm trying to say is we just need to talk to each other, right? We need to be sure that you're comfortable with the information you have and that you have the right information. So at the end of the day, we want to make this team stronger so that information and communication can flow back and forth, and you have what you need to feel comfortable in your job. Now, while we all know how important our work is, it's also great to be reminded once in a while of how, our work actually impacts people's lives. I just want to thank Elaine McGinty at Reagan High School, who sent me the most compelling email ever. She wrote to me about how she had the privilege to teach the very first refugee students at Reagan and then watch them graduate this past summer at our summer graduation. And she said that working with them has made me proud of my country in a way I have never known before. I see the American dream in a new way, and I'm so grateful to our students for showing me that, right? And then we had a student who actually was one of our Neil Kasurk scholars. Her name is Aubrey. She sent me a little email. This is all like in 1 week, right? I mean, I want you to get a sense of what people really think about their experience. Aubrey gushed. I mean, she's a writer. My time in AISD was amazing. I owe my success to the extraordinary people and experiences I encountered while going to school. I'm so excited for my new adventures waiting for me at UT and beyond, and it makes me happy to know that the public schools of my beloved city are in good hands. And finally, Jackson, who is a graduate of Bowie. Bowie, if you're out there, got a great kid. He's going to college in Colorado. He's going to study environmental science. And he said, I hope someday that I'll be able to give back to Austin all that it has given to me, whether it be as mayor or a faithful citizen. Thank you for showing so much faith in my future. I take to heart your wise insight for my generation's future challenges. And he just went on and on about how much he loved his school and he loved his teachers. So I just think that there are many students and other people, parents of students, who really appreciate what you do every day. Sometimes we don't say it enough, but I want you to know that they're out there and they're always writing me, telling me about it. And when I do have a moment, I try to forward it to people so that they know what folks are saying about them. But you are doing a great job, and even our students know it. And they're leaving, going to college and everything, saying great things about you. And we want to keep building on these relationships, listening to each other, sharing ideas on how we solve problems, and doing these things will be fundamental for surviving the political year in education. And there's no better place than middle schools to remind us of how important communication can be in building strong relationships. I was in Goriski Middle School, I don't know which school year, but their theater class was a hoot, and so was the teacher. And they brought everybody together on how to listen and learn in a small way that would make a really big difference. And they called it Connection Bingo, and I've tortured my school board with it at retreats and my senior team, but it's one of the most fun things I like to do. And I wanted to ask you all at remote sites and this sites to join in and do a little connection real quick. It's really easy. You can do this in your classrooms with kids. You're going to choose a partner right next to you, and then we're going to pick an activity together, and then we'll let y'all pick an activity on your own, right? This one is my favorite activity. Don't be scared. It is laugh out loud 30 seconds without stopping. And I have a timer. Oh, boy, high school's tough. Y'all are tough. You can do this. Ready? And go! And stop. Okay, she was laughing so hard she forgot to start the time. All right? Now we're going to go back to Connection Bingo. And you can win the bingo, hint, if you pick mine and another one that's going across the star, right? So pick a partner. Y'all pick one that you want to talk about. And we're going to take 30 seconds, and I want you to elaborate as much as you can. Start my time. 30 seconds. Pick one. I hope someone's going to sing. Which one are you picking? Do one. Meet someone next to you. Which one are you doing? Which one? The top one on the right? The tongue twister? Pick one. Are you ready? Is it 30? Time? Yeah? And time. Did you want to do another one? Yes? Yes, see? So you must be visiting from middle school. Okay, ready? Another 30 seconds and pick another one. Go. Okay, so what was your favorite toy as a kid? I don't know. God, that's so, gosh. Elmo didn't exist when I was a kid. Why? You just love him. What was yours? Which one? Yeah. A Barbie? Aww. Aww. 20? Let's see, we're gonna... And stop. Okay, so this is a very small way. And believe it or not, my real bingo sheet that I got from Gariski has like far more squares than this. So if you really want it, I can give you my Connection Bingo. It's even better than this, but they told me I could only have 9 squares for today. Anyway, so in the Broad Audit, you talked about having more meaningful types of recognitions and rewards of excellence as part of the team. So while we don't have everything sorted out, there are just a couple I wanted to mention to you today so you would know they were on the horizon. First, we're going to, we have REACH. We are applied for another TIF grant. We are looking to do more investment in our incentives for teachers in those schools. But the second thing I want to tell you is that we're working with the Greater Area Chamber of Commerce here in Austin, and they're trying to get a more comprehensive employee discount program for AISD's employees. So you could take your ID into different stores and get special discounts. I'm hoping for a car, but don't tell them I said that. Also, we're really trying to reinvigorate our charitable giving with United Way and Education Austin. They've offered to partner with AISD so we can expand our campaign support, especially in the area of a grant program for employees who have some kind of crisis, right? And that we're trying to work through how we can define that more and create a larger pool of resources for families who really need it in critical times. Those are some things that we're working on, but I also just wanted to tell you that when we were talking about this, one of our partners, the University of Texas, stepped up and said, you know, we've had a kind of a hodgepodge relationship of giving things to AISD. We'd like to see if we could do something for every employee that demonstrates outstanding, you know, achievement on attendance. So we've been working with them on a job attendance award. So part of expanding our attendance campaign for students was to partner with UT so that we could focus on and reinforce what's been coming out of our human capital office and our finance office around being more healthy. Remember, we self-insure now, being here and being hooked on AISD. And there's a lot of little tips that they always tell me they want me to say about exercising and eat right, which I agree with, showing up so that you can just really play full out when you're at work, and being sure that, you know, by you being healthy and present, you're modeling for kids, and that really keeps you hooked in whatever you're doing. So they've offered to give us, meaning all of our employees, a ginormous bucket of athletic tickets, right? And it'll start soon, but here's the catch, right? There'll be tickets for men's and women's basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, and they want to be sure that we focus on attendance, right? And healthy people being there for attendance. They want to do a kickoff event with us, of which all employees will be able to just come and, you know, get all excited. We've already distributed these tickets to all the different sites, so you can work with your principals and supervisors on how to get those tickets. But every employee can come. I just want to forewarn everyone, under UIL rules, you cannot give them to students, right? They have very specific rules about what UT can and can't do, but we can share it with adults, right? So this is just a kickoff event on September 14th. I want to thank our partners at UT, and I also want to tell you that as the other ones come up, we'll make it really clear about how your school wins the awards, and we'll send them out to people as we work through the school year. But we will have, I think they said, it's going to be upwards of like 20,000 some odd tickets for AISD, and I don't have an exact number, but they are really working on trying to get us as many as possible for our employees. So thank you, UT. There are other ways for us to give feedback that I just wanted to remind you of. I have a superintendent teacher advisory group. I have a student advisory group. We have a finance and budget advisory group. We're going to have a new legislative advisory committee led by Edna Butts, who's our new legislative liaison. We have principal councils coming on, and we're going to work more to find ways to connect with our classified staff. And we're teaming up with other big partners in AISD. I was just talking to the cheerleaders about what they wanted, but we have Mind Pop and LULAC and the NAACP, Austin Voices. I just met with the League of Women Voters yesterday. API, I think Kathy Jones is here. There she is, our new executive director. We also have the Chamber of Commerce and Education Austin that are all really trying to step up to ensure that we get as many of your voices in the shaping and the making of things in AISD. We're going to put our backs into it again this year and really try to show you that you can, you know, really influence the way the system is run. Now, we don't have a facility master plan yet, just want to tell you that, but you're welcome to join the multiple planning teams for different ideas. I think right now there are about a dozen in the hopper stewing for people to look at, everything from dealing with overcrowding to us talking about facilities and arts, right? So there are tons of planning teams. If you're interested in joining those planning teams on facilities, and we have great community partners with the Citizens Bond Advisory Group, and we really are getting serious about ramping up for a bond for AISD to help us improve our working conditions and our sites. I just want to thank Albert Hawkins and Ramon de Jesus and other chairs of CBAC, community members that are volunteering their time on our behalf. So there are lots of draft scenarios that I really that I really want you to be part of, and you'll want to know about them because they're all over the school district. Now, you've asked for more consistent guidance on, and more consistent guidance and clarity about initiatives and priorities. This is a promise I made to you last year. We promised that we would stabilize our staffing for 2 years, and we're going to continue to honor that commitment. It means that there will be no layoffs, no rifts, and no financial exigency. this school year and next school year, right? I want you to, the next one too. And while just saying that, you know, like she's going, while, you know, saying that, you know, can give someone a lot of anxiety because, you know, if anything changes, people will be like, you said that you weren't. I want you to know I am confident I can say that, right? No matter what happens at the legislature, remember, we worked on a multi-year plan. We are on this. You are on this. You made your contributions, right? We demonstrated discipline, goodness knows, between HR and finance, we're on front of absorbing that $60 million. We didn't make any increase in our maintenance and operations tax rate for the last 4 years. Now to get there, you felt it. I know you did. I know I did. Heavier workloads. The burden is on staff. Heavier workloads, larger class sizes, increased health care costs. We reduced leave time, and you've had no salary increase, right? So it's time to make it right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the administrative stake in the ground about what I think, based on facts, we need to do. We are fiscally sound, and we have established a healthy fund reserve, and we've done everything everybody's asked us to do. Cut your fat, reduce this, you know, take care of that, improve your human capital strategy. We've been working on every last bit of it, right? The smallest thing we could do, given our structure, right, without a recurring revenue stream, like a tax ratification election, was we were able to give you a one-time compensation adjustment of 3% for this year, which is pensionable, right? So that's good news, at least for that little bit. But what we need to do, because we know it's not enough, is make it permanent, right? Your sacrifices, you've done it. It's time. We need our working conditions in our facilities to be improved. We need support for people to do that. And at the same time, we need to make sure that we're doing right by you for compensation. So for the tax ratification election and the bond, I'm saying I believe, especially if we get no relief from the legislature, and especially if we're not getting any kind of relief from the lawsuit that we're in, that 2013 is our year. Everybody else has been doing what they need to do, like the city, the county, and ACC and Central Health, to lay out their kinds of timelines for voters. We took the leadership to really get with those people and find out where everybody was, right? 2013 for AISD should be our year. We have to put our critical needs on the table and really educate people about what AISD has been doing. And we can't forget, in 2006, the state legislature, right, put into law that we have the requirement as school districts to get voter approval for any tax increase. Other taxing jurisdictions don't have to do that. It's just us. So we have no choice. We've held off for 5 years. 5 years. And in 2013, I recommend, again, if there's no financial relief, and we know that the settlement that's pending with the school finance lawsuits doesn't generate anything for us, that we need to go. And that's where I stand entering the school year of 12-13. My commitment to really put my efforts and energy in that is to you and to our school community, right? And you can call on us at any point to find out where we are in that, to give me feedback on what you think we should and shouldn't do, and to really tell us what we need to do to ensure that we can keep the very best people we have sitting here in front of me and all across the district in their jobs working with kids every day, right? So, thank you. Y'all ready? You ready? So I hope you'll think about how you can contribute to better decision making. Okay? They're so tired. Relationships. And communications. In your jobs. Woo! Because if we can all improve in these areas, right, we can do a better job of achieving our vision and goals. So we're all here to support each other, to support our students and their families. So just know you've got our numbers, so call me Maybe. Anyway, have a great school year. Thank you.